Yo, what's up guys, and today you're gonna learn how my friend Silva shot a video for Yes Theory and his own government at just 17 years old. Let's get right into it. I'm here to further your income and impact with YouTube and Instagram, and as I just said, I'm here with Silva Visuals. What's up?
Yo, what's up, bro? It's a pleasure to be here.
So, you told me back in June you shot a video with Yes Theory. That's a channel with over 1 million subscribers. How did you get in contact with them, and like, how did everything happen? Because that seems crazy.
I shot a video for them in October. Like, it wasn't like paid or anything, cause like I'm a very spontaneous person, and like they showed up here in Colombia, just in another city that I wasn't even on, just doing some cool things, and then they said they had a layover of like 12 hours, and they said, yo, like, who wants to hang out? Let's do a mini like meetup shit. And I just showed up, just literally out of nowhere. I met the guys. They're so amazing. Like, really genuinely humble people.
Right.
Really good people.
Right.
And I just shot for them. Like, literally, we were talking about camera gear and everything, so I brought everything. And I shot, like, I helped them shoot a video, and yeah, just had a great time. But then, like, I was just getting started, just growing my personal brand, because like back then in October I was still like doing the little details, not of like finishing a product, so I could promote myself as what I do now and what I live of is, which is like photography and videography. Like,
right.
Back then I still did it, but not like full time, like offering my services all the time. I just did it like when I had the chance, or I had my personal projects, which is what I did majority of the time, like my travel videos, my like, like all my videos, but not like for clients. And like after I met Yes Theory, that's kind of where that kick started, because like I was talking to one of them, Thomas, and he helped me a lot. They actually, like, him and Matt, which are two members of Yes Theory, helped me out a lot. They actually have a production company in LA. And like, yeah, they gave me some tips and really encouraged me to like get out there and also focus on making money from it, not just having my personal projects, but also helping out other people like with their videos and stuff. Yeah, so that was great.
To what percentage do you think a personal brand impacts how much money you can make, and you know what type of clients you can get? Because I mean, you did a shoot for your own government, which is like pretty huge.
For me, 100%. Because my personal brand, like me as Alejandro, like I'm the one. Like, for me, I'm a one-man crew, so yeah. Like I don't have a production company or anything. So like I shoot, I edit, I color grade, I direct everything. So like that makes it pretty much, yeah, like 100%. Because whenever someone wants to see my work, I redirect them like right away to my social media.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, I am my personal brand, and that's what, like, the service that they're hiring. So yeah, at a certain point, I could say it's like 100%. So that was a big shoot. What I had to shoot was this it's like a huge bridge.
Yeah.
It's like this, like the best innovation in the country right now. It's a huge bridge.
Right.
And they needed to, like, dude, they had someone that made like drone videos for them, so they have to do one video a month. I actually shoot that video every month now.
Oh, nice.
They needed to shoot a video with a drone, and the video they were getting was so shit, man. Like, it was shot on a Phantom 3.
Yeah.
And the guy delivered 720 quality, which is just horrendous.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
No ND filters, so it looked jittery as fuck. Like, it was horrible.
Right.
And then a family member told me, like, yo, you should shoot that video. All right, so basically, yeah, that was a big video, solely drone video. And yeah, like, that's been one of my favorite projects up to date.
And as well, like, I see you like standing out on my stories, right? Because the thing he does, I didn't really talk about it in one of my videos, how to increase like story views, but stories have an algorithm as well. It's almost the same algorithm as it is for posts. It ranks the story on how many people like look at it, for how long they look at it, how many swipe away, exit it, and stuff like that. And the more people look at it, the better it is for you. And for you, you're doing like the cinematic stories, which are like, I'm gonna put one on the screen right now. You need to send it to me, something, so I can put it on the screen. I'm gonna put one on the screen right now, and you can see like shit cinematic. When you're going through your stories where everybody's posting low quality content, which is just them talking to the camera like this, and you see a cinematic story, a cinematic edit, it just hooks you in, right?
Yeah, and I started doing that 2 weeks ago. So I tapped into like this guy called Jesse Driftwood. That's his username on Instagram. He's a filmmaker, photographer, but literally what he does is he makes like this insanely cinematic videos, all like in like in like the 15-second like timeline, I guess you could say. And he makes them insanely cinematic, but everything is shot on vertical. So it's like watching a vlog, but through stories. Yeah. And insanely cinematic with like amazing edited, like editing, transitions, everything. It's amazing. And ever since then, I started seeing some other people do it, and I'm like, I mean, fuck this. I'm gonna give this a shot. Yeah,
you need to give it a shot.
So I did it, and like, dude, ever since like the first day I posted that story, within like the first hour, I got like almost 30 DMs. Like, yo, you should do this more often. It's amazing. I love it. Yeah.
And bro, like if you get people interacting with your story, that puts your story further to the first like couple of stories you see. And I want to ask you a question.
Totally.
Have you seen an increase in story views from doing this?
Oh, bro, totally. Like
how much?
Insane amounts. About 400 more.
400?
Yeah, 400 more.
Shit, that's a lot, bro.
Like before. Because I feel like people want to tune in back to watch the stories. Yeah. Because it's like cinematic. It's like, oh, it's dope. And dude, like I said, that day I got a shit ton of DMs. So people have been loving those. So I've been trying to make one a week. Hopefully I'll try to make, more and more and more.
And here's the best thing. You can reuse them. You can reuse them, right?
Totally.
So you can have them on your phone in a folder. What I've done with like a lot of stuff. I have a folder in my pictures where I keep a lot of like material I put on my story, and if you like want to talk about something, like you can use the same video, just blast a little text on there, like, yo guys, new video up, and there's like a pre-edited video of you like saying, oh, new video out on my YouTube channel, swipe up if you have 10K. Totally.
And then also one thing I do that people seem to like be interested in is whenever I put up a new post like on my actual feed, because I think you talked, you did, I'm not sure what video it is. You talked about how a lot of us content creators are not posting directly to the feed as often as we would have like a year ago or something like that. We're focusing on making high quality content stories, because of the algorithm. Right? So doing that brings a lot more engagement and interaction, like, because it can have like quality content that's like made with your phone and has a lot of value, but something that like with like insane quality that you may like shot for it to be for a story, which is like shooting vertical. It's like it really drags people into like what you're doing. Like
when people do the stories, they have the same routine where they go and they film the same stuff, like they have the same backgrounds, do this and that. What do you do to break the habit of having similar stories? Because when somebody sees some novelty in their stories, people just get hooked in. What do you do to like freshen it up, give the cherry on the top of your stories?
I really use stories like very run and gun, to be honest. Like if I want to showcase somewhere I'm in, because I do a lot of landscape photography and filmmaking, or if I like just discovered something in my camera, I'll be like, yo guys, check this out. So it really is very spontaneous, but like per se, like to break the habit, yesterday I was gonna hang the frames I currently have in the studio, but then I'm like, fuck it, let's just make a story out of it, So like the video is super simple. It's just like me fucking drilling and shit.
I saw that.
But like I made it cinematic, which makes people want more of that type of content.
You're lucky and not lucky at the same time to live in Colombia. Lucky from the point of view you have beautiful nature, you have everywhere to pretty much explore. Unlucky from a point of view, as we talked earlier, I did a podcast and we talked about fucked up fitness in there, because Silva used to do fitness and like a lot of problems. But I mean, everything has pros and cons, and your biggest pro is living in a country with like fucking beautiful landscapes, and you take advantage of that. Like, yo,
I do, but like my audience though is still and has never been directed to the people that actually live here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Yeah.
like right now that I'm like doing intensively like traveling and a lot of documenting and everything, I really focus on just posting content that is made in here, like landscapes of here, of my home, like of my home country. But I don't want the people from my own country to see that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get that to like the people outside of the country to make me come here.
Yeah,
and,
because
like,
it's
explore it.
exotic
It's
for
beautiful.
them. It's exotic
Yeah,
for them.
totally. And ever since I started, I never wanted to have a local audience. I wanted to think bigger. I wanted to just be able to connect with people that live everywhere around the world. Like,
yeah.
fuck,
like
dude, you
we
live in
do.
Latvia.
Like we do.
Yeah, like,
I
you
live in
live in
Europe. You live
Latvia.
in Colombia. We connect and
Yeah,
we're
dude.
like,
And like, dude, everywhere around the world, like in May of last year, I connected with Jorge, like, which is someone I met through Instagram, and is an amazing dude. We have we got a workout in, and then we went shooting. What I was saying, like, I would not have been able to do any of that without the platform.
yeah,
And without putting my content in English, which has allowed me to connect with really amazing people from the platform and other creators,
yeah,
which is what I love.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, it's not like I have anything against the people who want to be in like the local industry, and that's like their goal. It's just like me personally, I don't want to do that.
It's
I want to think
personal
bigger.
stuff,
I want
yeah.
to connect with people everywhere around the world, because at the end of the day, like the main thing I do is travel filmmaking and photography. Like,
Yeah, like if you travel,
can't
bro,
think.
that's... So if I was a young videographer trying to build a personal brand, getting like big shoots for the government, like for channels like Yes Theory, what would you recommend me doing?
Okay, so like first off, as a freelancer, like the name
Yeah.
implies, you will always have to do free work.
Free work
What?
at the start, you mean?
Yeah, of course. And so for me, I had the advantage that at the beginning, they stole all my stuff. We've talked about that a lot.
Oh yeah, actually, you need to get on the story because shit's gonna be interesting.
They stole all my camera gear and stuff. So then when I came back, I had a lot of videos to shoot, and I did that for free. And like then, as I started getting a reputation and stuff, that kind of started building up. And now I'm shooting like pretty much every week. This weekend coming up, I have a 4-day music video shoot. Really good for that.
Right. You mentioned the thing about your camera gear and everything being stolen, and that could be like your biggest low point and the highest point actually, because I remember,
totally.
I remember you like texting me and sending me like pictures and stuff, like telling me everything got stolen because he was about to go on Iceland and record like a fucking documentary,
Yeah, man.
but then
40 days in Iceland.
Yeah, talk about this a little bit.
Actually, me and my brother were in LA, and we drove to Phoenix for a day. I went to meet Jorge, and he went to meet an old friend. And on the way back, I couldn't drive, so my brother was the only one driving. He was too tired. I was tired as shit as well. So we just stopped at a hotel in the middle of nowhere. It's a good hotel. It's called the Days Inn. It's everywhere around the U.S. It's like 4 stars, whatever. So basically, like, we just stopped, dude. I was really fucking tired. And I just said, like, fuck this shit. And I left everything in the car, which was a bad move, of course. And then when I woke up 7 hours later, by the way, in my head, I'm like, nah, we're just going to sleep like 2 hours and then we'll get back on the road, whatever. And then when we woke up 7 hours later, I went to the car and I went to pull out my camera, and I saw a shitload of glass. And I got like a little bit cut in my arm, and I was like, what? So then when I looked at it, I looked back at my suitcase and everything was gone. So, dude, of course I started crying and like, fuck. So basically they stole, my camera, my laptop, hard drives. So they actually stole 2 laptops, my drone, dude, every piece of gear that I had.
That's around like 10K.
They took.
Like
A bit more. Because like I had 2,000 cash and my visa and my passport. So it sucked, man. And then I had to stay in the U.S. for 3 months. And like not having the tools that you use to create like really sucked.
But you bounced back. And I want you guys right now to focus on this part, because as you can see, it's the low point. the focus is what you do in the low point to get back up.
Yeah. So, dude, like the first thing I did that day was I made a post telling everyone what happened, and like, of course, like talked to my parents and everything, talked to the cops and shit. But like right off the bat, I was very realistic. Like, I don't have a visa, so I'm technically gonna be illegally here for 3 months. Like, the only thing keeping them from not deporting me is the fact that I have the police report. So, like, I was like, okay, so, like, I can't get, a real job, and I have to do whatever I can to get support from people. So, that day I made the post, a lot of people started telling me that they wanted to donate and everything. So, then I tried making, like, a crowdfunding thing, but I couldn't because I was in the U.S., and I didn't have a passport.
Yeah, I remember you were talking.
Literally, all the options were done. Like, I had to start from ground zero. I remember that night we almost slept on the car. Me and my brother. He had cash, but like we'd wasted on food and stuff because my cash for the trip was gone. And then we lost a flight to Dallas, and fortunately enough, we got on the next flight. It was all good. So that's from LA to Dallas, and then I went to New York, where I have an aunt, and I stayed there for 3 months. And fortunately enough, my uncle owns like a lawn mowing company, so I was cutting grass like maybe 2 to 3 times a week, and per day I get $70. And I would try to buy something tech related or something camera related so I could start. And one of the things that hurt me the most was that, dude, I had a brand new stabilizer arrive the day after the theft, and I didn't have a camera to use it. So like, it was hard, it was hard because I couldn't put out content, and I didn't even feel motivated to, because I'm like, what content am I going to put out? Like, how am I going to create? Which sucked. But I just focused on trying to just start over, because like one of the deepest realizations that I had in those 3 months is that happiness doesn't have to do with external things. That sure, I had all my shit stolen. I'm not going back home for 3 months, but I'm alive. And that kind of lit up a fire on me, So I talked to my dad, and we got a loan, and I was able to buy all the gear back and ended up paying the loan. But yeah, it really, really, really fired me to just continue creating, because I couldn't stop. Every single day I would wake up and I would go work out, and dude, when I worked out, it was just me letting all that anger out, man. So finally there was a point of deep desperation where I was fuck this shit, I got all pissed and stuff, and I have to do something about it. So I talked to my dad, and we got a loan, and I got some of the things back. The other things I kind of started buying again, over time and everything. So I bought a camera bag and the laptop, and I started creating again. And I actually had a blast that last month in the US. I went on a helicopter ride with no doors, and I was having fun, and I was able to buy some cool things for myself from the money I was getting from cutting grass. But those 3 months were 3 months of just deep self-realization and changing my habits and starting over, because I didn't know anyone. I only knew my cousin, and I met new friends and everything. It was at the end of the day, it was a great experience, and I'm grateful for it. And I'm grateful that it was a lesson that I had to learn, and at a certain point I used to think no, this is the worst thing that's ever happened in my life. But there's people out there that regardless of how much they've gone through, they still push through. Plus dude, we could have gotten robbed at gunpoint, and God knows what could have happened. So I was just being grateful that they took our stuff while we were sleeping, and I was alive. That's just all that mattered. That day I was just to be honest, I thought I was going to react a lot worse than what I did. But it was just all right, everything got stolen, but holy shit, I'm alive, And yeah, dude, it was hard, man, but I pushed through it. And
guys, you can see that this is real dedication. Imagine if Silva was about videography. If he had everything stolen from him, he would be you'd probably be in depression. Number one. Number two, you wouldn't do the things that you did right now, right? You wouldn't be getting the gear back. You would be just complaining and whining and shit.
Oh, totally.
Right.
So Yeah, like there were times where I actually thought about like should I just quit this shit right now? But I knew like I had to find a way, and I did. So then when I came back to Colombia, I really started saying, okay, now I got to start making this like something that I can actually live off.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like
Not
just
like
a
a
personal
hobby.
project anymore. So it got a lot more serious, because like my plan back then was like, okay, I'm gonna launch myself into this industry with a huge documentary of like being 40 days in Iceland, like holy shit. But then I'm like, okay, I can't do something that big, so like like I'll just focus on making videos and just making more videos,
Yeah.
making more videos, and making more videos, and make that like give me a good like name. To be honest, you just gotta build.
Yeah, because I mean, if you would have put up
been
a
doing.
sole one video, there's a high chance that it wouldn't go viral, right? Number one, it wouldn't go viral, so you'd put a ton of time into this one video, like I don't know, 40 days in Iceland, like how many hours of footage you would have. You would put in so many hours into that video. I mean, it would have been great, but you would have just one chunk of video, like almost nobody would watch, because you don't have a name. You don't have a name. Like,
totally.
when you don't have a name, you want to start off with smaller videos, and like the same thing on this channel. You can see at the start I was trying to do like 14, 15 minute videos. Right now I'm doing like 5, 6, 7 minute videos, because I don't have that big of a name and people don't want to listen to me for like an hour. So they do for like 6 minutes, right? So the same for you. Until you build a name, not just for him, for everybody out there. Until you build a name, focus on shorter content, shorter, like really highly edited content.
For me, like I did have the struggle of like, there was some shit that I was like, I just don't want to shoot this.
Yeah.
Man. Like, this is out of my niche. Like, why should I shoot it? But sometimes you do have to make that effort in order to like, just advance more.
You're
And
uncomfortable,
sure,
and that's
like,
why you grow.
Maybe like shooting something different.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah,
you learn
you
from
like
it.
you become uncomfortable, and that makes you grow,
Yeah.
right? And I think
Yeah, and now it's been going great. On January, I had a huge trip. It was 10 days throughout the entire Patagonia in Argentina. The main reason for that trip was like having fun and creating content, and it was very photography related. I really wanted to like polish my landscape photography, but like also made a big video on it. And now like that I got back, I have a big music video shoot this weekend. Really excited for that. And then in March I also have some trips planned and some shoots. So yeah, it's been going great. Lately what I have been doing though is, like I said, just focusing and bringing back that time and that like energy to put like the effort to make my personal brand to continue to grow. So finally I'm about to hit 10K, which I'm really excited about. There's a big giveaway that I'll be doing. And from there on, it's just uphill. Like, it's just to continue uphill.
So I think we should be moving out of the video. It's already 30 minutes. A lot of value for you guys, especially the videographers out there. And if there's anything you want to mention, Silva, before we go out, this is the time.
Yeah, for everyone, the content Reinis has been putting out lately, it's amazing. I love it. It's been helping my personal brand a lot. And I've known Reinis for a while now. Really great guy. Can't wait to meet him in real life. But yeah, the content you've been putting out lately on that new channel is amazing, dude. I love it. It's been like I said, it's helped me a lot for my personal brand. I'm finally about to hit 10K, and I'm really happy about it. And for everyone like aspiring to be filmmakers and photographers, just spend time in learning, and practice is everything, man. Like, I've read a little bit of books about the topic. I've done courses, but the thing that has like teach me more about lighting, like just everything, like all the technical aspects are very important. Like, they are key, like shutter frames and everything. But I haven't like when you go shooting, like you come with a little bit of an expectation with those things. But it's not until like you have to you're put on extreme situations where you really have to see like how to shoot, and that's when you really learn what to do in certain situations, and that's when you really learn about filmmaking and about shooting. And then editing is a completely other thing. which like literally is just about practice and your creativity. Like I feel like a lot of us creators maybe are too hard on ourselves because like, oh, I'm not getting any ideas or shit like that. But we all go through like those moments, to be honest. We all go through like those moments, like that week where we just don't feel like making any content at all. And that's okay. Like literally, maybe your best ideas will come right after that. It's like we all need a break. Like one of the things I love to do, for example, is when I'm editing a video, I like to take like a day and just not think about anything filmmaking related, so that then when I go back into editing, I can have like a fresh mind and just a new outlook on the project. And that applies to filmmaking, but to a lot of aspects of life as well. And
actually I read about it in a book. Like it was talking about creativity, and there's this one guy I actually did a video on this on top 5 books every personal brand should read. I mean top 4 I think. It was The Art of Thinking, The Art of Creative Thinking by Rod Jenkins, and he basically told people like you need to have like chunks of free time where you don't do anything, where you just clear your mind, because that's gonna allow for new ideas to come in, and this applies to every aspect in life out there.
And for us creators, there's platforms out there that are really helpful. So Instagram is kind of the main one for me right now. I do want to move into YouTube, like further into the year. Right now, I've got a lot of like personal.
Yeah, you need to start doing tutorials and shit.
Like lead through, but starting with those stories, and like in those stories, I've shown like a little bit of me like doing like some kind of like low key vlogging. I just set a camera and I talk a little to it, a little bit to it, just like I'm just getting used to it and everything. But definitely the stories will help. And dude, ads, like holy shit! I started doing Facebook ads, like Instagram story ads 2 weeks ago, and the engagement I've gotten is crazy, bro. Thanks. Yeah, thanks.
That helps out a lot. That helps out a lot
for helping me with that. It's been amazing, man. I love it.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Yeah. So let's wrap up the video right now. Thank you Silva, for coming on to this channel. Like you dropped a lot of fucking value. I have heard the story of you, like the stories we talked about. I have heard most of them, but like still, it always like when we do a video, it always comes out really natural and then really good.
Pleasure.
I sound like old man because I'm fucking ill. Like I just started coughing like a second ago, like I was about to die. But yeah, guys.
That's nasty,
again. Yeah, I know. Yeah, guys. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. You must do that. You must go and follow Silva on Instagram. Shit's gonna be. That's gonna be the top link in the description. Go check him out on Instagram.
They actually kept my old username because
Silva
like,
Visuals.
I thought when people look me up, they're gonna be like, "Yo, where did he go?" So I posted like 4 pictures with my old username being like, my new username is this.
Yeah. So it's Silva Visuals, guys. Check him out. Content creators, like, link up with him. Please do that. Like, this guy's amazing. But yeah, guys. Gang.
All right.
Have a great day. Get those gains. I'm flexing my biceps right now. You know how to flex in.
Alright, I'm flexing right now.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, bro. Fuck yeah.
Alright, peace out.
Peace.